The Idaho Steelheads are off to one of their best starts in franchise history, 8-2 through their first 10 games. After picking up 2 wins this past weekend in Wheeling, West Virginia, they've now scored 50 goals through the first 10 outings this season. Now they'll gear up for a home 3-game series against the Allen Americans, and earlier today we had a chance to catch up with head coach Everett Sheen.
Hassel takes it away, in on breakaway, left circle, he scores! Put it in the record books! 8 straight games with a goal for Martin Hassel! By Donahue, ladder out, gets it back, far circle, oh my! What a stop from Wells! Circle, around the shot, he scores! AJ White with the hat trick!
Well, Coach, we got a special visitor with us today. Parker, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Are you going to answer all these questions for your dad?
Yeah.
You're got some good hard-hitting answers?
Well, Sheener, a nice weekend on the road. You guys pick up 2 wins in 3 games in Wheeling, West Virginia. First off here, let's start off with overall thoughts.
I thought it was a good weekend overall, especially going out that far, that much travel. I liked pretty much every game except we had an 8-minute stretch there in game 2, which kind of cost us the game. But we rebounded well on Sunday, quick turnaround, and had a good game.
Let's talk about Friday night. Obviously, you guys go down 2-0, and then you score 5 unanswered goals. What was the turning point in that game?
We kind of touched on it the next day. It's just, we didn't quit. We just kept with our game plan and just kept pushing, and ultimately got rewarded with those 5. And then, you get a lead and get the empty netter to seal the deal.
Steelheads got a couple goals early in the second period. Mark Rassel about midway through, and then Seamus Donahue scored on the power play to make it 2-2. We kind of talk about the turning point a little bit. Wade Murphy scored 79 seconds into the third period, and then from the rest of the way on, it was kind of you guys throughout the rest of the third period.
Yeah, that was a big one. Murph, I think he might have had 15 shots that night, so it was just a matter of time before it went in, but he stuck with it and played hard, and then you get the 3-2 lead in the third, and you just kind of get into lockdown hockey. Obviously got the power play goal and then the empty netter as we talked about, but it was a good way to clinch a victory.
Saturday night, the Steelheads took a 2-0 lead. It was a little bit of a role reversal, which we talked about. You guys were on the other side of things. You allow 5 unanswered goals in about a 7.5-minute stretch there in that second period. I mean, thoughts from that? Obviously, some areas you probably wanted to clean up.
Yeah, I think once we got up 2-0, we kind of maybe took our foot off the gas a little bit, and then Wheeling's a good team too, so they capitalized quick, and now all of a sudden we're down 5-2 before we know it, and are having to play from behind the whole game. So it wasn't ideal, but proud of the effort in the third period of our guys. We came out and played a tremendous period and carried it into Sunday.
Sunday was a 7-4 win for the Steelheads over the Nailers, highlighted by a hat trick from the captain AJ White. All 3 goals coming on the power play. Have you seen a hat trick where all 3 goals have come on the power play before? Because I certainly have it.
Yeah, not off the top of my head, no.
Parker, have you?
Yes.
You have? Wow,
So,
that's a first.
AJ White.
Yes, AJ.
Sunday, a lot of different guys factoring in. Oh, the gloves are down. I think he wants to. You want to drop them? But Sunday was a real collective effort. We mentioned Whitey with the hat trick. He also gets an assist, and then Patrick Kudla scores twice as well. And that's kind of been the MO of this team this year.
Yeah, in a 7-4 win to have that many different goal scorers, and it was such an odd game too. Special teams really factored in. So, our penalty kill did a tremendous job, and then obviously our PP capitalized. And those were some big 2 points for us.
Kind of an odd game, it certainly was. It took 2 hours and 44 minutes to be completed. That was baseball-esque.
Oh,
and
yeah.
20 infractions. I mean, what was going on throughout the game, and how were you guys kind of letting that not affect you guys?
Well, at first I think we got a little bit frustrated, but then we kind of regrouped and said, hey, it's going to be what it's going to be. 2-man system. They decided they wanted to call it pretty tight that night. So, trying to find guys ice time where you can, and maybe putting them in spots where they don't normally, penalty kill or whatever, but just trying to keep them going. It was definitely an interesting ride.
You talk about special teams. The Steelheads on the power play over the weekend were 6 for 13 on the penalty kill. They were pretty darn good as well, 16 for 18. Starting first with the power play, you guys go 2 for 2 on Friday night, and then 4 for 7 on Sunday. A real good sign.
Yeah, it's our power play's been generating a lot of good looks, just hasn't been going in the back of the net. So for them to be able to get rewarded on the weekend was big, and ultimately helped us win that game on Sunday.
You look at the numbers heading into the weekend, you guys were just 21st on the power play. Now you're up to 4 heading into the 3-game series here against Allen. And then penalty kill speaking as well, you guys did a really good job and had to kill off a lot of penalties.
Yeah, no, we very proud. You know, we gave up the power play goal against, but we had 9 kills.
Yeah.
So when you go 8 for 9, that's a pretty good night. You know, our guys are doing a tremendous job in binding into the system, and it's starting to click for us.
Goaltender Dylan Wells is 5-0 this season. He made 26 saves in the victory on Friday night and then made 32 on Sunday. He had some real highlight ones as well. We talked about during the weekend the timeliness of all his saves as well, and you know, he's off to a good start this season.
Yeah, it's huge. You know, that one, we were tied 2-2 at the end of the second there and came across with a big glove. You know, he's been playing great. You know, like you said, making timely saves, and he's unbeaten so far, so hopefully he keeps going.
50 goals right now through the first 10 games for the Steelheads, a team a season removed from setting a franchise record with the amount of goals in a regular season. Idaho had 38 in 10 last season in 10 games to start the year. You guys have 50 through the first 10. And, you know, obviously Mark Rassel has had a big helping hand in that, but 17 different skaters now have scored. And back to that topic of it's a real collective effort. You might have think losing, you know, 2 top goal scorers last year with Ryan Domowski and Jordan Kawaguchi, but the new guys that have come in have really stepped up, and guys from last year have really elevated their game.
No, absolutely. We kind of targeted, you know, those guys like Rassel and that because we knew they'd be able to fill that role of Ryan, but you know, to be able to have the depth of our team to have that many guys scoring goals is huge because, like we talked about, you don't want to rely on just one player or one guy, or sorry, one line. But it's been a key to our success, and you know, putting up 50 is good. We just got to look after the other ender.
Talk about the start to the season. Now a sample size of 10 games. You guys are off to one of the best starts in franchise history. So kind of picking up where you left off last year.
No, it's been good. You know, the guys kind of hit the ice flying. A lot of returners really helps that. You know, we lost that first game and bounced back, and you know, we always thought, well, we don't want to lose 2 in a row. So for our guys to have bounced back the way we have after 2 losses and just find ways to win is big for us. So
the Steelheads back on home ice this week tonight, Friday and Saturday against the Allen Americans. The one loss this season came on the home opener against Allen, and obviously we know Allen very, very well from last season and now this season. What can we expect from them here this week?
You know, they're an offensive team. They're going to look to generate a lot of odd man rushes and kind of play a track meet style game. So we got to make sure we're dialed systematically and don't let them get their groove.
Coach, thanks for the time. Parker, thank you for the time.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having us, Cam.